In today's video, I'm going to show you how I build this agent step by step that can read a menu, give you a personalized recommendation based on your preference. We will also see some core concepts such as diverse branch in an agent memory and OCR API call, along with the Telegram bot. My name is Quentin and I'll help you speed up your AI learning journey with my private school community, AI Automation Guild, where I provide you support, co-build session, and a place to network with peers. We speak about anything AI automation related, but I also guide you into self-hosting world and micro SaaS, where I share code and explain some key concepts. Let's dive now into the build. I'll show you into N8 how we build this. All right, first a quick demo, and then I'm gonna show you the build and the N8 workflow. So I went this weekend on the restaurant and I did the pictures of the menu. If you recognize, there's actually a mix of English and Polish menu over there. So I literally take these pictures. I have the bot created, in this case, make automation bot, and I'm gonna just simply drop these pictures over there into the chat. I'm gonna send that over. The system will actually reply saying like a specific message for this instance. As you see here, the system has now detected that the pictures were actually provided, and the automation is now pushing this into the OCR API, which is actually, by the way, an API I've actually created for the school members. Put in a comment down below if you want to have an API key. I'd be happy to actually share an API key to you if you wanted to test this out. And this is exactly what I took. I took actually the Thai curry at the time, and I took the yellow version because it's a little more caliente, and I don't mind. Which is actually fantastic if you think about it. AI were able to return something that I actually picked up from that menu. Now I can actually ask something. Right. If you see here, now we actually have a different type of message. And this is actually what I mentioned earlier on the video. We're going to actually see the diverse branch on N8. And based on the yellow-green, so you see the system knows that, okay, this is actually the highlighted version. That's actually potentially what I would like to choose. I didn't mention, but like the system understood that, okay, this is actually the most likely choice that I can actually suggest to have this type of pills or beers at this stage. So let's dive into the build and let me show you how I build this together. So we actually have a trigger, which is a Telegram bot. By the way, let me know in the description if you want me to make a video about how to set up the Telegram bot. It's actually almost straightforward. All you have to do is actually message botfather, give a name, and it will actually return you a token. And that token can actually then be passed into N8 over there. So if I click on add a new credential, it will actually ask me to add the access token. All you have to do is copy paste, which is your access token is like kind of an API key for Telegram, and this will actually work. Remember I mentioned about actually the diverse branch, which is actually a switch. In this case, very interesting. I'm actually use the MIME type, which I don't see often, but bottom line, based on whatever I'm getting. So if the MIME type is actually image/JPEG, that means that the user has actually provided an image. That means that use this branch, the top branch. If the user hasn't actually, if there is no MIME type, that means that there is actually no detection of image or document provided, then use this branch. And if you see, this is actually where I defined the message. So in this case, sure, let me analyze the query, right? And remember as well, at the beginning of the video, I mentioned about giving memory access to the agent, which is actually exactly what I'm going to show you, how I actually pair this with a Postgres database. And so the system, both agents has actually memory access now, and one or the other remember what was the last execute. Then what am I doing? I'm actually going to Google Drive. I'm actually pushing this content. So I'm actually pushing the pictures to the Google Drive to pass this to the OCR API I've made. In this case, I like to put this into a menu suggester folders, which is actually nothing than just an upload operation. I'm then creating a share file. So this file needs to be actually accessible. Otherwise, it will actually be see this as a paywall. That means that Google is actually blocking the access if you're not actually choosing the share operation. What I'm then doing, I'm actually returning a different message just to show the difference between image being processed and just a query from the user. And then I'm actually using the agent over there where I'm telling him, okay, here's the expression. Let me show you the full prompt. In order to analyze the pictures provided, use the OCR image analyze tool. Here is some extra instruction that the user might have sent as well. So bottom line, within your pictures, you might actually provide, say, return me a dish, like a starter dish and a main dish, no dessert. This is actually something that the user might actually mention, and so why I'm passing this as a caption. And then return me a suggestion based on my user preference, right? And then on the system prompt, here is actually the system prompt. You are a knowledgeable and attentive culinary assistant. Based on the provided menu information, suggest dishes and drink tailored to my preference. User preference, and then I put my preference over there. Again, I did actually a very quick prompt. I can actually go into much more details. Don't worry, I'm not only eating pizza and actually teriyaki duck, but for the demo purpose, I actually make it short. Provide a list of menu suggestions that align with my preference. Each suggestion should include the dish name, a brief description, and a recommended pairing if applicable, right? So if you look back again into the suggestion over there, this is exactly what I have. I have actually this dish aligned perfectly with your love for rice and teriyaki-like flavors. It comes with a bamboo shoot and broccoli, adding, you don't mind? I don't mind those. You can choose a chicken as a protein, which you enjoy. And so it gives actually a nice little insight over there. I don't know if it's only me, but I like to do and play this type of game with actually my partner sometime. We go to the restaurant and I let her choose for me and I choose for her. And it allows us to actually explore some more other dishes that we would not pick and choose, which exactly what this agent do based on my preference. I could literally add a twist on the prompt if I wanted to say, okay, I don't like fish, but like didn't return me, I don't know, something that I would not choose out of my preference. Highlight your best recommendation with an emoji, like the star emoji over there on the suggestion you feel would be the best. Ensure no dish contains seafood or seafood derived ingredients. And if there is no pictures being provided, that means that the user is probably asking for some clarification on suggestion or asking for some extra suggestion. Please provide the information to the user. I didn't have this before. This portion has been very important because I was actually not getting the full results that I needed. So very important at the end of the prompting over there. Then what I'm simply doing, I'm actually pairing this with a Claude Anthropic. I could actually potentially pair this with a GPT-4o to be a little cheaper maybe. I just find actually I don't mind really much. It's not an application that I would actually use daily. I just want to have access to the application whenever I want and actually return me the best suggestion. Here is actually what I mentioned about the Postgres memory, very important. Here you can actually add memory to the agent. And in this case, I'm not using the built-in memory, the Windows buffer memory, because obviously that's the easiest, but this is actually only within the execution. Remember, I have two branch. I have actually branch with the pictures, branch with the query, and this is not the same execution. So the easiest method, which is this built-in memory, will not work. And we need to go Postgres chat memory. Again, I covered this into the school where I explain how to deploy your Postgres database in 3 clicks of a button using actually the self-hosted method. Very actually simple. Again, link in the description if you wanted to catch up on the school. But I'm going to show you, I'm going to open this. Important over there that you put your credential information over there. We define the session ID below and I put a key. The key can be whatever you want. In this case, I put 5858. Don't ask me why. This number that just came into my mind at the time. That will create a table called NAA chat history. And then I'm actually storing the context of 5. I'm going to quickly show you as well. I'm going to actually open the Postgres database. I'm just going to show you how this looks like into the system. So if you see here, I'm using Table Plus on Mac, and this actually stores all from here. So you see, you can actually have like all the suggestion that was actually already made during this execution. I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying that it's a nice visualization to have. All right, so memory is actually out of the way. What we're doing as well, I'm actually having an OCR API. Again, as I said, OCR API, there's actually specifically for the AI Automation Guild members. If you are looking to have an OCR API key, potentially drop me a DM or ask me and I'll be happy to share a key if you wanted to. Again, this is actually something that I provide for the members. And basically what I have to do, I just have to pass the URL. Hence why we're uploading the pictures into Google Drive and make it accessible. So then we can actually pass the pictures to, if I go here, I'm gonna copy this to not this one, I'm gonna copy this over there. Yes, I'm gonna copy this to the editor. I'm gonna unpin. Here is actually the result over there. So it literally returned a JSON where it contained actually the content type, that's the pictures, process result, and actually it returned the entire text from that image. Which also, by the way, interesting, it support, like it's nice to note and to mention, the API support actually English, but also all the language, in this case, Polish, as you see, which actually took me a couple of iterations to get it right. Once I have this done, I'm actually then sending this to Telegram back. So I'm just passing the chat ID. I'm actually returning the Johnson output, and it's actually returned the suggestion on the chat from. I'm going to show you the execution as well. I think it was a good option to show. I'm going to copy this over there. I'm going to unpin this. In this case, if the no file is provided, then return a different message. I think that's like important to distinguish for the user what is happening, just to confirm that everything has been received properly and there is no actually error going on. And then what I'm doing, again, the prompt is fairly simple. Retrieve your memory. That's actually also an important aspect over there, because we're giving the memory. We need to tell the agent that, okay, you need to retrieve your memory in order to actually return the information. I've tried before, it didn't work without actually this beginning of the prompt. Retrieve your memory available to you and analyze the menu suggestion you just provided. Help providing more suggestion or answer the question of my user below. And here's the message, right? So it's just a kind of draft beer to go with your suggestion. Again, same setup. I use the same database. I use the same key. That's important as well. The key needs to be the same. Otherwise, there is actually, it's not treated as the same execution or the same actually workflow. So important over there on the key side. We're retrieving the same from the table name, which is NA chat history. And then I'm actually just outputting this into the chat directly. And that's the whole agent. Let me know as well on the description if I should actually name my agent. I know some people do. Should I actually name this Alfred or find a funny name maybe for that? Adding a twist if you are unsure what you wanted to eat, and let actually AI decide for you. And there you have it. An agent that would actually help you OCR your pictures of the menu at a restaurant and actually suggest based on your taste. No wandering around, no question about should I actually choose this or that, no question abroad if you are unsure. Everything is actually going to be dealt and suggested by this AI agent. I hope this video was actually informative. Please let me know in the comment down below what you would like to see next. If not, if you haven't actually done so, please subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next week. Thank you very much.